Oh yeah, Pete's becoming a pro at this, you guys. Okay. Oh, I don't skate. Going over hills like that is real scary to me. I feel like I'd be scared to do that on my Segway, and I've, put over 1,700 miles on it. So taking these to a skate park has definitely boosted my confidence. So what I'm gonna do next is ride them to a grocery store and see if these are truly capable of a commute or if they're just a toy. Let's do it. Here's the scariest thing about riding these. The wheels have no suspension and they're solid. So little things like cracks in the road create a major obstacle. Even something that small is terrifying for a beginner. So let's go. In a sense, this was a torture test. Not so much for the skates, but for me, the rider. Forcing myself to test the limits of a new self-balancing vehicle with limited experience proved to be a little more challenging than I intended. When it's not like just 100% flat, you feel like you're gonna fall even at the slightest little disturbance. Oh, I don't know whether I should attempt this or just step off of them and walk through the grass to get to the sidewalk. Nope, not happening. Whoa. Solid. So I just made it to the sidewalk, which means I've got about a mile to go, which is kind of awful because we've already been going for 10 minutes. I should have got knee pads. I just can't make it over that. That's impossible. I don't think even a pro at these would be able to make it over something like this. So obviously I'm just gonna step off of them. I don't feel like the Drift W1s performed poorly. In fact, they work great. It's only limitations of their design that present challenges. Functionally, you can expect a very similar experience to riding roller skates. The difference, obviously, is these only have one wheel on each of them, and they also aren't secured to your foot. Those two key differences equate to less stability and far less capability going over bumps. Yep, okay. 5. For new riders, the best way I can explain the experience, you're constantly trying to decide if you need to keep your ankles firm or loose. At first, you feel like rigid ankles will keep you up on them, but as soon as you hit a bump that throws off your equilibrium, you think maybe that tension is where you messed up. Made it to the grocery store, and it took us about 28 minutes for me to get here. I've got 3 out of 4 lights on the battery. Arguably the best feature about the Segway Drift W1s is their extreme portability. If you did decide to take them to a grocery store, you can just pop them in your cart when you go shopping. Though the Drift W1s are rated for 45 minutes of riding, I was able to squeeze a little more than an hour out of them. I needed that, and I went about 2 miles. Let's go. But toward the end of the journey, I was definitely beginning to test the limits of the batteries. Okay, so they just started beeping, and I'm not sure if that means that the batteries are getting low. We're still going. Okay, I fell for an 8th time. Well, I bailed for an 8th time. You know, the more I ride these, I realize that if I stop thinking about them as these scary hover shoes, and I think about them more like roller skates that are integrated into what I'm doing, it's less scary and it feels more natural. So that's it, folks. The Segway Drift W1s. An interesting new take on electric mobility. Are they for you? Are they for your kids? I've ridden them now for about 3 hours and I haven't hurt myself. Who knows what the future will hold?